Hello, welcome back to C&EMoto. This is E. Sorry about the wind noise, it's extraordinarily windy here at the minute and there's nothing really I can do about it. Just a quick update on the bike. We haven't recorded this because it is very dark as well, so the lighting would have been really poor and there's not really much point. So let me just quickly show you. Yeah, so here it is. This is the bike now. We have the front wheel taken off and we have one of the forks out. We've also re-put it on the stand because one of the stands fell out and it was actually just resting on the front wheel anyway. So that's now out and they are both over here somewhere. Yes, these two lovely little things. Yeah, it's the one with the dice on it, yes. And those things are now going. I'm just about to take those off just after I film this. So just a quick interim video between episode 4 and 5. We also now have rules for this rebuild as well, for budget bike built budgetly. So it must be as cheap as possible. Obviously, we don't have much money between us. Yes, we must remain safe. Obviously, we are dealing with a lot of heavy objects and there is going to be a lot of oil about. So we do take bikes in and out of the garage quite frequently, so we've got to be careful that there's no spillages or anything, and if we do spill something, we put something over it or we try and remove the spillage as best we can. Yes, this third one, let E try without intervention unless it causes trouble. I am known for breaking things, rounding off cheap bolts and such, and then obviously if I'm going to cause trouble, then either C or whoever else is there can stop me. Okay, fourth one, remember to record videos.
Hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
We haven't recorded this.
So that needs to be on there. Yes, 5, all tools must be organised. Yes, this one is very much all for C, even though I am also very disorganised, because if we don't have the tools in the right places, then they get lost and we can't really do a great deal. No politics, we are both very anti-political. I mean, we both have our own views, but they are, well, I don't want to say extreme. But either way, we don't like talking about politics because our views are very different to everybody else and we get into a lot of arguments for it. Yes, check ratchet position before removal or insertion. That's more for me because I'm always turning the ratchet the wrong way and either tightening when I'm meant to be loosening and loosening when I'm tightening. For instance, I think it's in episode 2, we were checking the spark plug, about 5 minutes, trying to get the spark plug back in. It then turns out that I had got the ratchet the wrong way. I'd accidentally clicked it twice and not just once, so it was kind of trying to take it out without when it was already out instead of putting it in. It's just another quick thing in this intermediate episode is this time as well, this build has just become a lot more time sensitive than it already was, because in a couple of months I'm moving away to a different part of the country because, as you well know, there is a bit of an age gap between C and I have just been caught in the A-level results this year. So I'm also about to go off to university, so I'm now moving to a different part of the country for that. So this might turn into a bit more of a C-only channel just for a while, whilst like in between me being at university and being back home, it might be that I can only get back sort of every like once a month or something, and then obviously then the days off have got to coincide, and it's all gonna be a very busy, and we're not going to get very many videos out, so we're going to try and record as much as we possibly can before I have to leave, and then I'll edit them either whilst I'm at uni or whilst I'm still here, and then I'll just post them in between, and there'll be a lot of more review videos as we get back to normality and we can go out a lot more and go a bit further, so we can go to different places and review different places as well, not just other bikes. Just let us know if you'd be interested in that by clicking like and subscribe, and then just commenting what you actually want us to do, because otherwise we'll actually have no idea. Right, I'd better go. This has been C&EMoto. Peace out.
Welcome to episode 5, the engine teardown. Now I must admit I've already kind of preemptively started, just taking the cylinder head off here and just getting some bits ready, because I'm not really sure I'm doing this, I've never done this before. Which I recommend, if you can, get a manual online where you get a proper one that you print it off, like this has been printed off, and it'll give you the instructions on how to deal with the engine that you're dealing with. We have got the thigh set up again. There's going to be no sound from that, it's literally going to be time-lapse footage, so hopefully that'll work better today. So there's not going to be a lot of talking, it's mainly going to be footage of that and me updating you as I go along. Right, speak to you soon. Good engine. Little itty bitty piston! But it's clean. Well, I mean, I had to clean it a little bit, but it's only because I got dirt on it. You still see like little remnants, which I'll clean up before I put it back together. But yeah, clean cylinder, so hopefully this one's going to be the same, and peachy fucking keen. So, I don't have the tool to properly put the piston rings back in. So I haven't taken the piston out all the way, but it gives me just enough to have a look around the edge, and it looks pretty clean, to be fair. There's like no scratching on it at all, so that's good. I'm now going to put the cylinder head back down again, tighten it in place, and yeah, that'll be cylinder 1 done. I will probably give that a quick clean once it's off, just with a brush, and then reassemble cylinder 1 and move on to cylinder 2. So update, when I ordered the parts, when they turned up, and they delivered the wrong parts. So it's now 9 days later, and I'm going to be assembling the engine today with some proper oil and the stuff I was recommended not to use, but it took a month to get the wrong gaskets, and I can't find a company who won't just bullshit me and send me the right ones. So I'm going to use that, because it's only a low power engine anyway, just to get it all assembled, and there won't be much video, it'll probably just be it assembled and then I'll go from there. So I'll catch you up on bits. Right, see you in a moment. Turns out it's a little bit easier to get your shit done when you've actually not left the tools in the garage. Bought one of a hammer to help do the engine reassembly. That's not going to go on the old price board. The price board's been changed because we actually needed that piece of wood for something else. You'll notice a distinct lack of gasket written on there, because I'm getting a refund for those, so that's not included. So currently the total is £215 plus whatever I just spent on liquid gasket and oil. I haven't got the high grade stuff. I've got Motul 10W40, which is what that needs. I haven't got like the race one. I've just got the street stuff. So hopefully that will do. I'll total that up. I'll still like somewhere under 300 quid, which is not too bad. But anyway, back to the engine. I've now reassembled the engine. All this is torqued to spec. The cams are aligned according to the workshop manual. All these are tightened up. This is a new cover because this one has got a hole in it. I don't know if you can see. Hold on. Yeah, can't use that. So we've got a new cover. It's grey, but it's going to be painted anyway. Ooh, focus. So that's now on. Worried about that bolt because that was a pain in the ass. Might swap that out for the black one. This is all now plumbed back in. I'll clean this up when I know the engine actually runs. That's why this is still covered in shit. Because it won't take 5 seconds to take the engine out again just to get this all once over. But everything is all good. I've now got a side covered in crap. I did not have a shot. So I put a little bit of oil in there for me to lubricate some stuff. So fingers crossed, that should be it. That should be ready to bung back in the bike. I've got the time, and then see if it starts and not explode. Anyway, see you in a bit. Engine is in here with thanks to a co-worker of mine who held all the doors open when I carried it back indoors. So that's when I go back in the frame. Now a good total up because we haven't had one for a while. So now that is bike, airbox and filter, engine oil, that's 4 litres of the oil, fuel line clips because I'm going to put a new fuel line on it, new petcock because that one's a bit nasty, so I thought I'd get one because they're only £6.25. Seal Pro liquid gasket, that's on there, 6mm fuel line. I'm going to have clear fuel line so I can tell if there's any blockages. And some crush washers which aren't here yet but they're on the way, so I'm going to get that installed, and then a lot of the places that need crush washers are going to be easy to get to. Our grand total at the moment is £272.10, which I don't think is too bad. So it's back on the usual list of stuff with a new Stanley impact gloves. They're actually quite good. I think they cost me about £20, and I carried the engine with these and didn't really feel them. So I didn't really feel the engine because they're nice thick padding. So highly recommend buying those. There's not really going to be much video of this because E has got the thigh eye. I know the thigh eye is not brilliant, so it's not really good to use anyway. And I don't have an adapter for the tripod to hold my phone. I thought I did, but I think I've misplaced it. So for now, I will just, well, I think you saw us take the engine out, so I will just do that in reverse. And any places where I feel I need to show you, I will come back. Right, so see you when I'm back in. Right, we've now got the carbs in, the engine in, the spark plugs aren't in yet, I've just got the caps that are out of the way. All wired in. I'll put that cover back on eventually when I've got it all working. The oil cool's not on at the moment because it still needs to be cleaned, and it's up there. We're going to be using NGK iridiums because apparently the last ones were actually fake because the number was not in the correct place and it just basically didn't add up. Yeah, clear line, which I replaced all the way along here to the fuel pump. I didn't buy a new fuel filter yet because I'm an idiot, so that's that. I've got a little bit of line left in case of emergency. So I'm now going to put the spark plugs in. I might put the battery in and see if I've buggered anything up in the meantime. And let's go from there. Sadly I thought these were actually properly cleaned, but they weren't, so I've been lied to. So yeah, now I have to take those off again after I've sorted this out and actually clean them, so yay. Let's see what happens next. Right, update from just now. I've reassembled the front temporarily. Somehow I have proper fucked the clutch. So like the cable is down here and it's connected up, albeit loosely. Fucking wiring's come out. I've got this stuck on now, so I'm going to have to try and pry that off. And then find out why I've made the clutch so goddamn loose. And make sure everything's routed up. I did put the battery in temporarily. Reassembled the key. You can turn the key on. Nothing from the old starter. Obviously the battery's not in there now. Obviously battery's not in there now. So the last part of this video, annoyingly E's not going to be here much after this anyway because she's now off to uni. I've double checked the fuel lines are all how they should be, which is very confusing considering the diagram does not match how this bike has been set up, which doesn't surprise me because of the mess it was in. I've put the side back on. I took the sensor off for the side stand switch because that was cut anyway, so that's absolutely fucking useless. That's going to be there to remind me to get another one. I took the top of the shock off because I was going to take the shock out, but that is stuck and I need E's second set of tools because I don't have two 14mm. I've somehow proper buggered the clutch because that was tight before and it's routed the same way it was before. Comes down here and it's just got so much slack. Now I've got this stuck on now by accident. I need to try and pry it off somehow, but I will find a way next time because I'm starting for some parts to turn up. All the wiring should be correct, but you press the old starter and it doesn't do anything. It lights up the dash. I've taken the battery back out again now, so I would show you, but I've taken it out. It lights up the dash, but then doesn't do anything else. So it's going to be a fun time. I'm going to have to find out what's causing that now. It might be because I can't pull the clutch in and it knows that it's in gear. This should all be wired up. I don't think there's a wire sensor to that to say that the clutch is in. So I don't know how that ever helped. Anyway, hold on, no, there's a cable there. Where do you go to? Ooh, we're finding stuff live in video. That does not go to that. Hold on. This goes. Oh, it just goes in there like everything else. That's really helpful. It doesn't come out anywhere, does it? That's all connected up. It'll be something stupid, and I'm going to feel like an idiot when I find it. But for now, this is going to be me signing off because that is all I can do for the time being. And hopefully next video we shall have more stuff to set up. There might be some recordings before the actual next video to see if we can actually get on with stuff or if it's just a bit of a wall. But anyway, in the meantime, I hope you all have a good time and I shall see you in the next episode. Bye.